Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video today, we are going to make a trailer pad to help level out the trailer. It sits very uneven right now, and we're going to try to make it level so it's more comfortable to stay in. The only problem right now is, of course, this trailer. I'll go outside and show you. The trailer's tipped probably at least a foot side to side, maybe a little more. And that's just because the ground is uneven here. And I didn't have time. Man, I bought the darn trailer, so found and bought a trailer so darn fast. I didn't have time to go and get the tractor over here and level out the ground for it to park on. Listen to that wind. Whoa! On a number of occasions, you're going to see me get out and I'm picking up big rocks, getting them out of the way. They cause the box blade to not work right. So I'm grabbing a bunch of mostly clean fill, and by that I mean it doesn't have leaves or grass or roots or anything like that in it. It does obviously have some large rocks. It's caliche in nature from my property. And I'm just starting to fill in the low spots, and then I'll box blade it, move the rocks that I find out of the way, and then I've got my transit set up over there, and I'll get out and measure the depth and what I need to add in the places I need to add. And you'll see I'm adding some dirt. I'm trying to build up the side closest to the tree in the transit. That's the sort of the lower side, and I'm trying to flatten everything out front to back as well. And there I go, picking up rocks and kicking stuff out of the way, and just in general trying to make it. And now I'm using the transit. It was close enough. I wasn't going very far, and there was enough shadow that I didn't necessarily have to use the auxiliary laser reader. I could just see the laser line on the stick. And now I've brought in some actual clean base dirt that I had for a different project. Had a little left over, so now I'm just bringing it in, cover up the top and make it nice and smooth and clean. This is not a real fancy pad by any stretch of the imagination, but it's level and good enough for what I'm trying to accomplish. We are going to build some other pads in other places on the property at a later date, but this happens to be the power pole that has power on it right now, and close enough to my well that I can put water on the trailer if I wanted to. So that's the reason we're putting this pad in this spot. But for the most part, that's kind of it. I got it nice and level, much to my surprise. All right, so final measurements, making sure that the pad is level. And then here at the end, you'll see I bring a hose in. I was attempting to wet the pad down to help it settle and kind of compact. But the wasps or bees or ants or somebody had different designs and had filled my hose full of dirt and gunk or something, and so I couldn't get enough water out of the hose to effectively wet the place.
I got this pad put in. I took a whole bunch of dirt that I had out of that pile over there. I kind of built it up, and then I had a little bit of leftover actual good base dirt. I went and stole that, kind of top dressed it. It does fall off right now back there by the power pole, but whatever. I mean, and it's not perfect, right? Like just like any pad, I don't know, it's got an inch or two variation, side to side, probably front to back. It's got a little bit of a variation, but it's a whole lot flatter than it was, and I think it'll be a lot easier now to actually level the trailer. The trailer will sit level to begin with. You know, it'll be much more level from a starting point, and then it'll be easier to put the blocks under it and get it like super level. We'll have to put it on and put the blocks on it and see if it needs any additional leveling or not. You know, once you get inside the trailer, you can feel it pretty easily if it's just a couple inches out. And so we'll just put a standard level in there and try to get it as level as we can. So anyway, so that's what I spent this afternoon doing. I'm pretty satisfied with this. So the only thing left to do, and I'm not going to subject you to this, I've got no help, no spotters, nobody to watch while I back this in. So this will be the 10,000 pass back and forth until I get that trailer in there without hitting the guy wire or the pole back there. Well, let's at least hope I don't hit those things. Y'all see the bubble in there? How's the damn apples? That trailer's pretty spot on level. That is amazing. It almost doesn't look level to the eye because of the contour of the ground and the rocks that I got over there and all that, but the level tells no lies. The bubble cannot lie. Let's see if the wind will blow this off the back bumper. Look at that. Look at that. I could not be more tickled with that. I have done no leveling other than I put the, obviously I chalked the tires. I let this down after I disconnected it. So when I bring the truck back to connect it again, I'm gonna have to raise it up. But that's the only leveling I've done so far. So just sitting there on the ground, this thing is pretty darn level. Let's go inside. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna be dark. Well, we should have lights. Very dim. Oh yeah, front to back it's level 2. Wow. That's terrible. That's on battery. Let me go turn on shore power and see if I can make this a little brighter. I decided to cheat and use a DeWalt light. Look at that. Look at that bubble. It's front to back. That's side to side. That's with no outriggers down. I simply parked it on the pad that I just made, disconnected it from the truck, and lowered the nose slightly, because I knew the nose was a little bit high to be on the hitch. And my micrometer eyeballs got that sucker. That is about as level as you're gonna get. But there's houses out there that people stay in on foundations that aren't that level.